Hello everyone, this is going to be a repot with me video. Today I have 3 plants that I need to pot up or repot. The first one is this tradescantia tricolor. I got from the store, so I don't know what exactly the species is, but either way, it's beautiful. I am going to check if it is root bound, and I want to put it in a bigger pot if it is. So the topic of this repot with me is books I've read recently, because while I do love plants, I also love many other things, including books. And I usually don't read a lot, I have to say, because I do have to read for my job. So I find that when I'm working, I just don't have the motivation to go home and also read. Ooh, look at that. Look at those roots. So I'll be putting it in this pot, which is 1 inch bigger. But I mean, it's the end of the summer, so I doubt this plant will be growing that much bigger in the next few months. So I think a slightly bigger pot will be fine for this plant. Okay, I have my soil mix already. It's my usual thing of 50% houseplant potting mix and 50% perlite. And yeah, anyways, so I just want to talk about a few books that I have read. The very first book I read recently is The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. This book has been recommended to me so many times, and by so many YouTubers too. And it did not disappoint. I read it in I think in less than 2 days. That's how good it is. It follows the story of this fictional actress named Evelyn Hugo, who has been married for 7 times, as the title of the book suggests. I went into the book without knowing too much about the plot, and I think that was a good thing, so I won't say too much. But yeah, you get to hear all about the stories behind each marriage, the motivation behind each marriage, and also who was the true love of Evelyn Hugo. So definitely a great book, a great page turner if you're looking for something that just sucks you in. I would definitely recommend it. We're almost done here with this plant. Okay, there we go. Ta-da! The next plant I have, it's in this tiny pot that came with the plant. So what I want to do is put this in a slightly bigger pot. I'm thinking this one. And then I have a cutting that is ready to be moved to soil. This one here. It's a tradescantia. It's a white tradescantia. And I'm going to put that in this pot because I actually don't have that many small pots. Okay, let's do that. It's slightly root bound. The soil is not great, so I'm just removing some of the soil without disturbing the roots too much, because you can see the roots are quite thin and delicate. The next book I have on my list is The Silent Patient. So again, it's also a very popular book. This one is more of a thriller, and it's another book that you just can't put down once you start. Yeah, I just had to figure out what happens. The story follows this woman who apparently killed her husband out of nowhere, and then after that incident, she just stopped talking. And that's why they refer to her as the silent patient. In the story, we follow a psychotherapist who's trying to work with her and trying to get her to talk. And in the process, we learn more about these characters and their background and their motivations for things. So it's a very interesting story, and I really enjoyed it. There are a lot of plot twists in this book, so if that's something you really like, then you'll definitely enjoy this book. Before I get my hands too dirty, I want to show you the third book that I read, which is The Midnight Library. This is also a very popular book. I feel like that's all I do on my vacation, is to catch up on popular books that I don't have time to read when I'm working. So The Midnight Library follows the story of a 35-year-old woman named Nora. She dies at the beginning of the book, so it's not a spoiler. Like, it literally happens at the beginning of the book. And when she dies, she is transported to the Midnight Library, where she has the opportunity to undo regrets she's had in her life. So that's all I'm gonna say about this book. It's, once again, a page turner. You just need to find out like what happens if, you know, she had made a different decision in her life. So I definitely recommend this book as well. The next book I have on my list is Essentialism, The Disciplined Pursuit of Less. This is a nonfiction, unlike the other books I've talked about, but it's a book I've wanted to read for quite a bit. It's one of those self-help books. This book, as the title suggests, talks about how a lot of times less is more in our lives. So it does touch on quite a few concepts that are related to minimalism, you know, creating boundaries, saying no to things that you don't actually want to do, and creating routines and things like that. So if that's something you're interested in, it's a really good book to check out. Ta-da! And this one is done. Now, the last one is this cutting here. So I have two cuttings. This one is busy growing a new leaf, so it's not putting out any roots. I'm just going to leave this one in water. But this one has grown such a long root. I was hoping they both grow roots so I can plant them in at the same time, but that's not going to happen. So I'm just going to put this one in soil, using the pot that we just got. So this is actually a cutting that I got for free from someone on Facebook, on my local Facebook group for plant exchange. In exchange, I gave them a cutting of my neon pothos. So yeah, that's all the books I have read so far. Currently, I am reading The Sun is Also a Star. I've heard great things about it, and I am only about like 30 pages in, so I can't say too much about what I think of the book yet. But I know it's a highly rated book, so it must be good. Anyways, that's all the books I have read in the past couple of weeks. Let me know if you are also into books and if you have any recommendations. I'm always looking for good books to read. Okay, done. And that's what it looks like. Alright, so that's it for today. I hope you like this video. It's a bit different from what I usually do, but I thought I would give it a try because I enjoy watching these videos myself. I'm going to clean this mess up and I'll see you next week. Bye!